Today I'm going to show you a field expedient way to clean your Remington 8.7 shotgun or similar pump action shotgun. I'm Mike O'Dowd with USCCA, and I've been running my shotgun for a long time. The best thing about these pump actions is they're really durable, reliable, and you don't have to clean them that often, although they do rust. So something you want to do is at least wipe them down and clean them pretty regularly. And this field expedient way is going to kind of show you the tips and tricks where you don't have to have the white glove inspection, but it'll get it clean enough where it'll be completely functional no matter how you operate it. So before you get started, you definitely want to have a couple tools on hand. Now, if you've cleaned your shotgun before, you might notice that they have the long sticks with the cotton, the extremely thick cotton swab that's just for shotguns. You don't need that for this kind of a cleaning. This cleaning is not the white glove, and that is going to get all the residue out of the barrel. But remember, the barrels of shotguns, they're not twisted and rifled like your AR, so having it like exquisitely clean isn't necessary. You're firing just shells and blasting them out straight out of the gun. So most importantly is just scraping the chemical residue off, okay? And that's easy to do, right? Every now and then you want to do a white glove inspection cleaning, but like that's not every day for certain, or even monthly. So the things that I keep around, definitely a wire scrub brush. This one's stainless steel. It's very hard. It'll scrape down really any chemical composite. I'm using a CLP type or a lubricant. If you do use like a solvent, just remember that solvents left on the gun by themselves will always rust the gun. And in fact, that's why I Cerakoted this shotgun in particular, was because it was always rusting. So if you clean with a solvent, always wipe it clean and then add your CLP or your lubricant afterwards. But you can skip all that together a lot of times and just scrub this with this. So I'm using my standard AR or pistol cleaning kit. There's nothing like proprietary to shotgun. I've got a rag, and then I have the AR-15 or the star brush. The star brush that goes inside the barrel, and then you can twist it and clean out that. This is a similar diameter to your shotgun barrels. And you can run the snake through and give it a scrub just the same way as you would with the star brush, but it works really well for your shotgun barrel. So those are the tools that I have. Anything else is, the bells and whistles, but this is the minimum product that I need to get the job done. All right, so let's jump into it. Anytime you're working with your weapons and you need to break them down or clean them, you always want to make sure there's no ammunition around, no live fire ammunition, and the gun is clear and safe. So I check visually and I check with my finger, and wow, this gun is super dirty. I haven't cleaned this thing in months. With my pump action, so what I'm going to be doing first is I need to take the spring off, take the tension. And if I bring it all the way out, it blocks it. So I press my release here, and I'm going to take the spring off. So as I take the spring off the 870, twisting it, just remember it is under tension, so it can shoot and launch. And in this case, it's pretty heavy, so it doesn't launch. But I take that spring out. You should be doing this somewhat regularly just to make sure like the spring stays new and doesn't get compressed. So now I can take my barrel off and lay it off to the side here. And then now I'm left to getting the bolt out. Now getting the bolt out, you see it gets stuck. So how do you get that out? Well, on a Remington 870, if you press up into the feed tray, you press on this left side and this right side. There's these little leaf springs that you can press. First, I start on this left side, I press it, and well, that right one didn't even need to go. So I take my pump off, lay it here, take the rest of the gun, lay it here. And now I have my bolt and my bolt carrier group. All right, bolt and bolt carrier group. This is functionally the most you have to break it down for normal wear and tear. Anything further than this, maybe you want to take it to a gunsmith, maybe you feel confident you can do it yourself, but functionally, this is your breakdown of the weapon. So I like to take out my rag, and I'm gonna cover it in lube or cover it in the solvent if that's what you want to use first, and just scrub the crap out of this, okay? Where are you scrubbing mostly? The bolt face and inside the extractor. These don't get quite as dirty as AR-15 internals, but you still want to scrub it down every now and then. Now, if you're a stickler, you can definitely wear gloves. I usually wear gloves if I'm cleaning at my house or my garage, but in the field, I don't really have that. I don't have time for that. So I'm just cleaning, getting all those nice harsh chemicals all in my bloodstream, but recommend wearing gloves if you want to avoid it. So the bolt carrier is just this like big piece of metal that it sits on, and I just want to make sure it's clean and not too gummed up. These guns don't build a ton of carbon on the bolt carrier group. I've noticed I don't have to scrape off too much, but they get a lot of gunk on them, and you get a lot of dust and debris inside, and that's because I think shotguns are just shot less than most people, and it fires from that big open hole, so you get a lot more dust and debris, I've noticed. You can take Q-tips, you can get inside as deep as you want. If you want to take out the firing pin and go even deeper in here, that's fine. You just don't need to for the field cleaning. So I have now cleaned off the bolt and the bolt carrier, lay it off to the side. My spring, what do I like to do with the spring? If you feel that it's dirty, you can give it a wipe down, but it's a fairly closed system, doesn't get too dirty. I like to give it a little stretch, not too much, but keep the life of the spring a little bit longer. Giving it a little bit of a stretch helps it not be compressed under tension. So do I need to clean any of this? Not really. Now, inside the chamber itself, this chamber gets really gunky, really dirty. If you had like an air compressor at home, I would use something like that or get in there with Q-tips. But in the field, all I have is my towel, and I'm just gonna really get in there as much as I can and get the gunk out, right? The gunk, you can even take your brush and stick it inside and just kind of run it about a bunch and make sure that it's really just free of most of the big particles. Give it a nice wipe down. So I see inside, this could definitely use a white glove treatment since it's been at least a year since I've cleaned this thing, running it regularly. But it runs regularly with no jams and no cleaning. That's why I love shotguns the best. These are like some of my favorite guns. Very simple, like not too many moving parts, and they run forever, right? I bought this gun used, and who knows how many shots the guy took from it, and it was so rusted at one point that I cleaned it off, had it brushed off, grind it off, and then I had my friend Cerakote it so that I never really had to clean it or worry about rust again, and it holds up pretty true. Now your barrel, this is the pump you don't have to worry about too, because it's in the same system as your spring, so functionally these don't have to get cleaned besides maybe aesthetically. You worry about it, but not for the function of the gun. I look through the tube of the barrel and I go, man, that's pretty dirty, but not doing white glove. I'm just gonna run my barrel snake through it. Force of habit, I always go my snake through the direction of travel. Is it gonna hurt? Not with a shotgun. It certainly won't hurt. If you have a precision rifle going the other direction, maybe a bad idea, but shotgun does not matter. Shotgun does not matter. If you wanted to get even cleaner, you could spray solvent and or lube like this onto the star brush and run it through. And does it do a lot? Not really. It does a little bit though. It does get some of that trapped gunk, or that the chemical residue that like turns and tarnishes the metal. It gets some of it out, but I run this through, 3 to 5 times, getting a nice scrape. And as I look through, I go, man, it's still grimy inside, but this is taking off and breaking down a lot of the residue that's building up, so I'm preventing the buildup. So obviously, if I had the ability to run a cotton swab through it, I could. But from a functional standpoint, the gun is still gonna fire. There's no twist rate to worry about it. So it's quite a nice way to still clean the gun, to have it function properly. Something you can do in the field in extreme circumstance. I don't have that cotton swab, but I take a knife. I take a knife and I say, you know what? I actually do want to get my barrel just a little bit cleaner. So I break off a piece of this cloth And all I'm gonna do is stuff it in there. I'm just gonna keep running it through. If it does get stuck, you can take your plunger of your fixed rod and push that through. But if you cut it to the right size, you don't have to worry about it getting stuck. And all this is doing is just pulling out some of that loose grime, and you can see it for yourself. It's just doing a little bit better of a job getting some of the gunk out. But that's it functionally. So let's get this thing back together now. Putting it back in, this is the only tricky kind of balancing act that we need to do. I need to take this bolt and this bolt carrier group, and I need to line it up on top, and it'll fit in and marry. That bolt carrier has like 4 little arms, and those 4 little arms are gonna sit in these 4 little grooves, just like that. And this part is the balancing act, where I just have to slide this in to here, and now it's gonna meet resistance. And those are those 2 tabs I was talking about. First will be the right side, I press and it dipped in just a little bit. And then the left side, I press and now it goes in all the way. Sometimes I have to press this button, but otherwise I'm now set. It goes in, and then we work backwards. I take my barrel, and I put it on. Now it's seated, and I have to put the cap back on. So the spring, this is probably the trickiest part. If you're doing this fast, this spring is a real pain. How I beat this is I get it down to where it's under a little bit of tension, and then I take my cap, and there we go, upside down. I take it, and now I just feed it, and I get it to its resting place here, and then we're just gonna start twisting. Once my cap is in place, now I'm just going to do my function check, and my function check is the same as my pistol and my rifle. I'm testing, does it fire, does it rack, and does the safe work? So I rack it and I fire, I rack it again, and I let off, and I hear the sear reset. I put it on safe and I attempt to fire. I put it on fire and I fire, and it fires. So that's it. I'm testing fire, I'm testing the sear resetting, and I'm testing safe. That's all. And the pump, of course. So that's it. There you have it. Love to hear from you guys in the comments section. If you have a different way of cleaning, or if you have any questions, let me know. And as always, continue training, because that's how we move forward and that's how we progress.